Alright, what is up, guys? TDZ here. I know you probably think I wasn't gonna do it, but I'm actually here. I'm actually gonna do it. I'm delivering. I'm delivering like the postal service. Um, but yeah. So I'm doing the tier list for Total Drama Next Generation right now. Uh, so let's kind of just get right into it. But before we start, just to make things a little easier for everyone, you guys probably already knew where I was going with this, but yeah. Of course, he's not staying there. If you thought the goat Vince was staying in F, you're out of your mind. But yeah, I'm gonna put Vince right here as best character and just told you I'm at Next Generation. But the reason why I'm gonna put him here is because I'm gonna compare a lot of characters to him. So like when I say, I'm gonna be like, he doesn't do this as well as Vince, or she doesn't do this as well as Vince. So that's why I'm gonna put her here. So that's basically what I mean. Why I'm doing that, just so we have a better uh understanding of the character. You know what I mean? I think you guys get what I'm saying. So yeah, let's just go ahead and get started with Angela. And Angela is actually a very good character. A lot of people did not like her. A lot of people thought she was really crazy, but Angela is the exact definition of villains are made, not born that way. Because if you remember back in season 1, she was a really nice person. Like, she just was chill, she was nice, she wanted to be friends with everybody, show off her singing skills. And of course, she was terrible at singing, but people could have been nicer about it. I mean, I know, of course, like people like Megan, they don't count, but like Landovin, he was being nice at first, but in the end, like you could there's a way to nicely tell someone that they're not very good at singing. You don't gotta just keep letting them believe the same thing narrative and then vote them off for something they didn't even know they were doing. Oh my god, that was loud. I don't know if you guys are able to hear that, but my bad, guys. My bad. But yeah, like you shouldn't vote someone off for doing something they don't even know they're doing. You know what I'm saying? Like but then that's not even why I like her that much. Like I like her because of her season 3 run. Homecoming run was legendary by Angela. Angela came back and proved all the doubters wrong. Everyone thought she was going to be an early boot. Everyone thought she wasn't going to do much. She said, "Let me make this finale real quick. Let me make this finale real quick. We'll make light work of the rest of y'all cast. Y'all are some of the best players that played in the last 2 seasons, and I just made light work out of y'all." So, yeah. Really like Angela. She's a really great character. I like her comedy. I like her attitude. I like her villain side, her mean streak. Uh, I like her commentary, I guess, because she does have really good lines, like really good one-liners here and there. Um, but yeah, I really like her. I'm not gonna quite put her S tier, but she's definitely A tier. Really solid character. Annika, I'm not gonna go over her too much. She was kind of mid. Like I can't really name you too much that she did. You know what? I'm gonna move her to B, but like she's gonna be at the end of B. And the only reason why I'm gonna say that is because mainly because of the fact that she was really boring, like in her first run. But then in her second run, she was boring for the most of it, and then we realized she was the one actually causing everything. You know what I mean? So like, yeah, that's why I'm just gonna go ahead and put her in B. Yep. So now we're on to Aubrey. I don't remember if I finished this. I had to pause for a minute, but Annika, kind of mid. The only thing I'm going to put her here for is the fact that she was kind of the villain of Brayden Strikes Back. Fun fact: I actually thought Camp Brayden was Camp Brenton for the longest time. I thought that's how you pronounced it. I created an invisible N somewhere, but I was just watching a video this week actually, and I was like, and he was saying Camp Brayden. I was like, what are you talking about? It's Brenton. And then I looked at it. I'm like, I just created an invisible N. But yeah, anyway, yeah, and Brayden Strikes Back. She was the main villain, I guess, but it was handled kind of cool, but in hindsight, it wasn't really that good because we didn't know she was the villain for all that season. Now, the part where they, trying to figure it out, and then in the end, it all just started flowing together. Like I liked that part, and I really started liking her right then. But besides that moment, I can't name you one other time that I actually enjoyed her character. So I'm just gonna have to put her in B, and like at the very back of B. Like she's gonna be like back here somewhere. Aubrey, pretty solid character. Don't really got much to say about her. She was a good. I don't even think she won. Did she win? Did she win? No, no, she won. She won. Right? Yeah, I think she did win. I can't. I I can't remember if it was her or Steven that won. But yeah, I think it was. I think she won. She's a decent winner. She's a decent winner, but um, I think the finale much better than should have been Casey and Xavier, or even her and Xavier. Uh, and I feel like she should have probably been in the finale for season one, and season two and season five finale would not have been a double winner with Megan. I also think Vince should have won Legends. Hot take. Anyway, but yeah, Aubrey, she was a decent character. I kind of liked her rivalry with Jackie in season one, and you know it did show more. Like her rivalry also was kind of implemented in season three as well, where we got to see a little more about her that way. But I never really all that much cared about her that much. I mean, she did get injured that season. Uh, Came back in the next season with Comeback Cruise and showed us more of her, but at the end of the day, I can't tell you too much about her, except that she was a cool character, kind of attractive. They had a rivalry with Jackie, kind of stank. But yeah, I'm gonna put her behind Angela. But you know, really, pretty solid, really solid character, really good character. Definitely A tier. Belinda, I believe that's her name. Belinda. Sorry guys for all you Belinda fans out there, because I know I do believe that there are a lot of them. But I just wasn't a big fan of her. I mean, in Brayden Strikes Back, she was kind of little. She was more involved. We got to see more of her. I liked her, and see the craziest part is I kind of liked her more in the season she got least far in, and that was Camp Brayden. And that only reason for that was because if I remember correctly, I think her and Victor had a thing, and I like Victor, and I thought that was pretty cool, especially because her whole gimmick was that she's never like been out, like she's like that. She's kind of like Cameron, but you know, with more social skills. Like she never been outside. Her grandma kept her in all the time. So she never been to the outside world. She was like, this is her first time coming out. And you know, she's in the show where she has to do things that normal people don't even do in their entire life. You know what I'm saying? So that was kind of a little cool little gimmick. Uh, but like after that, there's not much more to say about her. I mean, I do think she ended up dating Kate. Like she's lesbian. I think she ended up dating Kate, but like I don't really care about that. I mean, it's cool. Their relationship was alright, but I mean, I didn't really care about either of those two in that season. I liked Kate in season in four, comeback cruise. I liked Kate in season four, but her that season kind of was boring. I wish we could have seen a little more from her. Kate, I mean, but yeah, like those two characters are like kind of like boring for me that season. They just didn't do much except their little relationship. But yeah, Betty. Yeah, Betty's gonna be like right after her. I'm literally not gonna say much about her except the only cool part about her is that her name is actually Betty, and Chefette can actually call her Betty, and she looks like Cassandra, and she's dating David. I can't name you one other thing about her, and I'm being so for real, except like, yeah, that's about it. Mr. Bibley, easy F tier. Oh yeah, if you guys see, there is no D tier. It's just went straight from C to F. That's because I would do nothing with the D tier. Like if the D tier was here, no one would be there. I'm gonna keep it real with you. Um, so I just would change it to F because there are characters that I really just don't like. Like blatantly, I really just don't like. Her in this season was so fucking annoying. Like, mm, I know. And does she even count? Like, you're not from this. You're not even from this series. Get out of here. All right. No, I'm trolling. She could stay, but you're staying in F. Bonnie, she's not quite gonna go in F, but she just wasn't anything. The only thing I can actually tell you that I liked about her was the fact that her and Derek had a little connection, and Derek was a really good character, which we're gonna get to him later. I see him right there, but yeah. This one's gonna be a shocker considering my favorite character is Vince, but this is where Brendan goes. And let me explain to you. I never actually liked Brendan. Um, I always thought he was all right. He was cool. He was decent. But in the at the end of the day, I was never into him as much. Like, okay, no Diddy, but also with Brendan. Okay, I remember watching. Okay, back when I was younger, I seen this series. This is before I got into it. I just got into it like 10th grade, probably. Like I'm a senior now, 18. But I remember I remember seeing this series or watching the Elimination Order back when it first came out. But I don't remember most of the things from it. The only thing that I remember was that this guy got injured, and I'm like, he looks kind of cool. Um, but and I didn't like to read back then, so I really wasn't gonna watch the series, and I knew I wasn't gonna watch the series. So like I was like, yeah, I'm not gonna watch this, so I'm just gonna watch the Elimination Order, see who gets booted, and vote for my favorite characters. And I rooted for Brendan because he kind of looked a little cool. But when I watched it, he was, bro, like, bro was so boring. Like I can't tell you that I actually liked him. He was just really boring as hell. Like I think Megan said it best in I think episode 16 or so. She said Greg was the only one that was cool. She said Vince was immature as hell. Uh, Danny was annoying as fuck, and Brendan was basic as hell. I mean, he is. Brendan is basic. He's just basic. He's just that. He's that normal guy, and there's nothing bad about that. It's just I'm cool off that. Like I was never too fond of him, and that would be surprising considering he the part of the bro squad with my boy Vince. But next up we have Caroline, easy S tier. If you didn't know Caroline was my top three characters, well you know now. Yeah, Caroline overall amazing character. Like I know, like yeah, you guys didn't even hear me glaze Vince today, so I gotta glaze somebody. Caroline is an amazing character. There isn't one bad thing about her. She's attractive as hell. She's the better Jackie. Like come on, come on. All right, let me stop. But for real though, like everything I said though, I do stand on that though. She was an amazing character. I like her whole trying to differentiate herself from Jackie thing. That was really cool, especially in her legend. And you already know that I love the fact that her and Vince had a little connection. It wasn't really a relationship kind of thing. It was more of a brother sister kind of thing. But they had a little connection. If you have a connection to my goat, you already get some brownie points with me. Now that doesn't always help your case, like with Brenton over here, but Brendan over here. But Caroline, that's a little different because their relationship was so wholesome and like honestly I could have seen these two dating, and when she said it was kind of like a brother kind of thing, I was like, damn, bro, like, damn, you like, oh man, but in the end, like rewatching the series, like I did, I finished it. That I'm rewatching Starlight Savannah right now. But rewatching the series, I can see how that's like a brother sister relationship, and I really liked it. It was really wholesome. It was great, amazing. I love that she sacrificed herself for Vince, and she's such a great character, such a great person, such a great player. She's probably the second best well-rounded player in Total Drama Next Generation. Most of you guys probably know who one is. I'm not gonna say any names, but we know who one is. But yeah. Next character up, we have Casey, and Casey. If you guys see my top 10 I made a while back ago, Casey was there. Not gonna lie, I don't know what drugs I was on because Casey is not in my top 10. I don't know what the like. Okay, also by the way, S tier is going to be for my top 10 favorite players. So my top 10 are going to be up here in this top row. This S tier is going to be of the S tier players in my opinion, and Casey just doesn't make the cut. Now here's the thing. Casey was so annoying. I hated her in her first season. I hated her in her second season. Because in her second season, she was just such a bitch. But then in the first season, it was the fact that, like, in the first season, it was the fact that she was always against Vince, and Vince is my favorite character. So I'm like, bro, you're, like, you get how I could dislike her. Now, the only thing about it is, I did start to like her later. Like, in season 4, Comeback Cruise, she was kind of cool. She started to kind of grow like up my ranks, and then she clashed with another one of my favorite characters, Xavier. Like, bitch, stop. But yeah, then she got him booted, which I started actually holding a grudge against this bitch for that. But yeah, yeah, it is what it is. And plus he got her booted the very next moment, so he got his get. Xavier got his get back. So all the grudge I had against her kind of was like, I just went back to normal, just not liking her. But then in season, see in Legends, I got to improve my opinion on her. I really started to like her, and I even thought that her and Vince were going to date. And see, look, here's the thing. I would have been okay with that only because of the fact that their relationship got repaired. I like, and overall, think back on it now, Casey was a really good character. She had good strategy for the most part. She was a pretty good social. She had a pretty good social game. She's really athletic, super attractive, and also the fact that she was just good at the game. I don't know what happened to her in season two and season in Legends, like getting far wise, but yeah, she was really good though. She was really good though at the game. And I even thought her and Vince were gonna date. That kind of disappointed me. You've disappointed me there, Cove. Yeah. That was on you. That was on you. But even though they didn't date, it did still improve my opinion on her, and she gets A tier. I'll even say top of A tier, but just not S tier. I don't know what I was on, because she's not an S tier player, but she's good. Chefette, really good player. I mean, player, really good character, but I don't think I'll be able to give her much more than B tier, because mainly she just said fuck my life, FML, which is real, but doesn't really help your case here and what we're talking about and like being a good character. Because yeah, she was funny, but not funny enough to get her too far. Like I liked Angela, Aubrey, and Casey way more than her. Now I know we got to see way more of them because they were players and we were watching them. But like, I know, you know what I mean. I know a lot of people put her straight to S, but I wouldn't do that personally. But yeah, China's pretty good. She's a good character. Debatable S tier. Debatable S tier. But I think I'm just gonna put her here. Ace here. I'm gonna put her under Casey for right now, but because see, China was a player like in season one, she didn't really do much, but she was influential. She had a good presence. Her presence was known. But she didn't really do much for the game. Like she didn't really make any moves. She didn't expose anyone like how Casey did with Georgia. She didn't really win many immunities. She won one that I can think of, but I can't really tell you too many things about her in season one. Now, of course, her gameplay got better over time because even though in her next season she didn't do too well in Legends, she was the one trying to keep her alliance together. She was trying to keep Danny, Megan, Cosmo. She was trying to keep everyone on the right track to go to the finals. Now, of course, she got booted right before merge, but overall, her gameplay wise, she was focused on the game. Her strategy was there. She was a great character then, and that's when her strategy started to get noticeable. And overall, her personality, she's great. She has her S tier slaps. Like, come on, she was a great character on all bases. It's just for me the reason why she might not quite get S and a little bit under Casey is just because uh her presence was there in the first season, but she didn't do much. She didn't really do much to affect the game, and she didn't do much in the other season to affect the game either, except for Legends that I can remember. Wait, what am I doing? She got really far in action actually, or back in action. If I'm correct, definitely got merged, right? Well, yeah, well, you know what I mean. She did well in that season for sure, but yeah, Cosmo, not a really big fan of Cosmo. Probably more than Brendan though. I liked his villain. You know what? No, you know what? Let me put Cosmo in B because I liked his villain season. His villain season was a really good run, but besides that, I didn't really like any of his other runs because in his third season he was just trying to prove to or just trying to reconnect, remake his connections, which got him booted early. First season kind of just complained about Brendan the whole time. Now his strategy on trying to get Megan and China to work together, that was decent. That was a pretty good strat. Now it didn't work, but that's because you have two people that they don't mix, they don't mash well when you force it. You have to let it happen on its own. Like you see, eventually after Cosmo left, eventually China and Megan became tight like that. But that's because you have to let it naturally happen. You can't force them to become friends. It's just it wasn't. It's not possible. Uh, but yeah, I'm gonna put him here because his villain one's great. His villain run was great. I mean, his Legends run was all right. I mean, him and Danny definitely shook up the game with that little alliance thing, fake alliance thing. But he was kind of just there after. Besides that, I mean, yeah, he was still kind of making moves, whatever, whatever. But eventually, he just got caught and lying and lying and lying, just led to his own demise. But yeah, Cove. I don't even know if Cove counts, but Cove just for being such an amazing character. I'm not gonna count him in the top 10, but just for being the person that put this whole thing together, you get in the S tier. You created all these characters. You did the writing. You created the goat Vince. You created the great Caroline. Got to be an S tier. Mr. Du Bois. I never liked that he got in the way of Cassandra and Vince. I'm gonna leave it at that. Danny, great. Okay. Let me stop. Let me actually talk about why he's here. Um, but Mr. Du Bois, I think that's how you say his name. Du Bois, whatever his name. Uh, he was kind of boring to me. Like even when they were trying to make him interesting by having that chip in his neck from Bibley, he was still boring. Then he got with Cassandra, and I'm like, you literally had to make him date the old host for him to be interesting. Like, come on now. Like David was more interesting than him, and David was his replacement. But whatever. That's why he's just here at C. Danny, S tier character. Like I knew you guys already knew Danny was going S tier. He's the best overall rounded player, and number 2 is Caroline. But he's the best well-rounded player, like in Total Drama Next Generation, in pod, and no, I'm not gonna lie, in any Total Drama or Total Drama spinoff. Like, there's no one in Disventure Camp that can play the game better than Danny. There's no one in Reality Resort that can play the game better than Danny. Nobody in Total Drama who can play the game better than Danny. If you have someone who you think can play the game better than Danny, I'll argue with you. Send me socials or something. We can argue. Argue. No, I'm trolling. I really don't want to argue about that. I mean, I wouldn't mind, but it's just I think he's the best. You're not gonna change my mind about that. So the debate if would never really go anywhere unless you change your mind. So that's why I'm just gonna say Danny for sure is S tier. He just played the game the best. He had a really interesting personality. I liked when I was seeing the tier list for that Cove and Noah made. Cove said that he kind of based Danny off himself, and I really like the fact that he was put as the winner to be more. He was made as the winner in Starlight Savannah because he's the most relatable because it was based off himself. I believe. I know for sure the fact about him being the most relatable is the reason why he was the winner. But I'm pretty sure the reason he was the most relatable was because he was based off Cove himself. But I'm not 100% sure on that one. Don't quote me on that. David was a pretty solid character. I'm gonna put him B tier, high B tier. He was decent. He was a really good host. I like how he hosted the end of Legends. Brandon Strikes Back. He was kind of mid. I think he was being a little extra, but it is what it is. Derek, really good character. Definitely S tier. Definitely S tier. If you guys, I know a lot of people don't actually like Derek and think he was just kind of like a first boot. He was there to be there, but and then in the next season he was just kind of like it was a redemption, of course, but you got to see a lot more. You got to see the other side of this guy. Like before, he just seemed like a rough, really aggressive guy who gets tempered really quick. But then we got to see more as like the shields over him started to break away. We got to see more about him. Like he's not mean like that. He's just misunderstood. And we got to see how he started to do really well, and I was really rooting for him to get to the end. I would have much have rathered it to be him than Jules in the final. but you can't have it all. But yeah, really good character, really solid, and it also helps that he looks like my dad. So yeah, literally, this is if you imagine what my dad would look like, this is what he looks like, just maybe without the beard, but the bald head, the same skin color. Yeah, that's what my dad looks like. So yeah. Anyway, Eric, you know what? Hold on. Give me a second. Give me a minute. We're gonna do 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 do. Yeah, I'm not using that other one. I like this one way better, way better. But Eric, S tier. If you guys didn't know, Eric was the sole thing carrying Comeback Cruise, and then he got booted before the merge. I was so pissed that day. I wanted to break my screen. Cause look, I was so mad when cause by the time I started watching Total Drama Next Generation, Braden Strikes Back was in the works of being done. I think it was like on episode like 3 or something. That's when I started watching season 1. By the time I got to like Legends, they were almost done with Braden Strikes Back. Or Braden Strikes Back might not have even started yet. It might have. It might have. I don't know. I don't remember exactly. All I remember is that I I was watching before the final episode came out for sure, because I was watching the series and I remember watching all the way to the 15th episode, and I believe there were 16. But I remember watching up to the 15th episode, and there is one more left, the finale, and I'm like, can't wait for it to come out. I guess I finally get to see a little bit of how these guys waited for each episode for the last 7 years. But yeah, um, and anyway, we got really off track with that one. But Eric, he was carrying Comeback Cruise for me, and when Vince got booted, or when Vince wasn't in that season, I kind of didn't want to watch it. But then I got to know the characters. I said, let me give these new guys a try. There's Eric. There's Madeline, I believe. I can't remember if there's any other ones, but I know there's also Liana and also Stud Muffin Stewart. And I'm like, okay, I liked them from last season, or from last season because it was Homecoming. I was like, I liked them from last season. Why not? Why not? Let's see what they got. And I watched that season, and it was actually way better than I expected. I went in there with uh, really low expectations, because to me, if there's a season with no Vince, I don't see how that season could be good. But I was proven wrong. I was proven wrong, because Eric carried that season for the first half, and then the second half was Xavier. But Eric he's just such a great guy. He's funny like Vince. He's entertaining. He's not, now don't get me wrong, he's not on Vince's level. Don't get me wrong. But he was entertaining. His strategy was decent. He was cool with Ron. That was all right. I loved his personality as well too, though, because he was like a mix of Vince and Chefette, and put that into one, and make it a white boy. And then you got Vince. I mean, no, you got Eric, and I really liked him for that. Like, it was really cool. He was a really cool character. Definitely S tier. Carried the first half of that season. Now, I didn't really as much like his Braden Strikes Back persona. I did like the part at the beginning. No, I didn't know. You know what? I did like him in Braden Strikes Back. I just like the design better in the original. The only thing is, I wish he would have won, or at least, or not won, made the finale. Wish Liana still would have won, but him made the finale. Um, but I like the fact of him trying to imitate other players at the beginning of the game. That was cool. I don't know why he stopped doing that. I guess like it was something of, I guess it was something that Cove just didn't want to do for him. But I think that was really interesting how he was imitating the Robinson brothers. Then he was imitating this person, imitating that person. And I feel like it was cool about him. He was trying to play just like all the other great players that got far in the game, all the other legends. And I think that would have been a cool idea, because it would have kind of been like everybody in one. And then we could have had a better villain with him instead of Annika, because we could have got to see him play like Danny, and then switch up from Danny to playing like this, and like maybe he starts like, it would just be cool to see him play like every other player. And then in general, he would be acting like these guys, so he would kind of be like Georgia. So it would have been really cool to see him imitate each player and get far in the game, make it to the final two by using everybody's strategy, and then still come short to Liana, who actually played the game by herself, played on her own ability. You know, that would have been really cool to see. But yeah, Fran, I'm not gonna waste your time. I'm not gonna waste your time. Fran was really boring. I can't tell you anything else about her that she except she was really boring. Georgia S tier. I'm gonna put Georgia. I'm gonna put Georgia behind Eric. Georgia was a really great character. I never actually understood how good of a character she was until I did my rewatch of season one and Legends recently. Or I didn't really finish my rewatch of season one, but you know what I mean. Rewatching it, I've already passed her elimination. So of her, yeah, I've finished my season one thoughts on her. But yeah, she like thinking back on it, she's a really good character. She did really well. I know I just didn't watch her winning run, but that's only because that was really boring to me. I'm not probably not gonna watch Back in Action again. They're not even really boring to me. It just wasn't as I didn't really like it as much because well mainly because Vince got booted early, but not only that, but because I just after I wasn't messing with the vibe at first. I wasn't fucking with the vibe at first, but eventually I did start to like it. Like when Georgia started to take over, we got to see more about behind the scenes of her, like how why she did what she did, why she's like we got to see more about her, and then we got to see her and Ron create a good relationship. I loved her relationship with Ron. It was amazing. It was wholesome. It was the fact that they broke up and she got with Jay made me want to cry. I'm like you don't understand how fucking pissed how bro, you don't understand how much I wanted to hmm it really pissed me off that she did not get with Ron, or that she broke up with Ron and end up with Jay. For that, just know he is going to be in this C tier. I'm not going to tell you where, but he's going to be in the C tier. Anyway, Georgia, I didn't want to say this to last, but super attractive. Didn't even that didn't even I didn't peep that until my rewatch of Starlight Savannah. But she's like insanely attractive. But let me see. Hold on. Do they? Is the other okay? The other Greg and Jackie are here. I'm gonna actually go ahead and switch that now, because it's not that I dislike their new designs. I like them, but I like the originals way better. Like I'm just a really kind of guy like that. So I'm probably not gonna change everyone's, but let me go ahead and change Stewart's real quick, because I definitely gotta change Stewart's. But I don't know. Remember where he was at. I'm gonna say he's right here. But yeah. Uh, so yeah. Now let's get back to the tier list. Yeah, Georgia did great, amazing. Let's move on. All right, guys. I'm back again. Had to pause one more time. Hopefully that won't happen anymore for the rest of the thing. But Greg, yeah, you liked his design from the original way better. Just a very sentimental guy that way. But Greg was a great character throughout his entire thing. Like he's never got done bad. Oh no, yeah he did. Yeah he did. He did bad in Back in Action, and he did bad in Legends technically. But his game, of course, his placement wasn't that high. But we got to still see a little more of him in those playthroughs. Like in Legends, we still got to see him and Jackie kind of tie the knot. You know what I mean? And I think that was super well and super good. Even though he didn't really get that far, but in general, he's a really good social player, a really good physical player. He might not always be the smartest player, the best strategical guy, but he's always going to give you his best morally, physically, and I guess you could say socially, but also emotionally. Um, I if that was kind of hard to understand, sorry about that. But yeah, Greg is a really great character, no less than I actually want to put him in high A tier, but no, he's definitely in front of Casey. But do I put him in A tier or S tier? I think okay, I'll leave him in here. But if we don't have enough players in S tier, I'll promote him to S tier. So right now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have 6 people. I know for sure someone else is joining too. So Hilda, pretty mid. I liked her thing with Vince. I mean, with Vince's brother Victor though. So I guess I'll put her here, right with the other person that I like because of Victor's connection to them. Yeah, Jackie also a great character. But she's the one like Casey. I put her in my top. I think top 5 actually, in my little thing that in that video I made, the top 10. And I'm not gonna lie, I don't know what I was on because she's not top 10. At least I don't think. But she was a really great character though. I really liked her old gimmick and just the entire series of her being just trying really hard, and everyone being like, "Why do you gotta try so hard?" You know what I'm saying? And then also I liked her rivalry with Aubrey season 1, season 3 too. I liked her relationship with Greg, like I was talking about before. I like her 10th place curse, the Powers family curse, where she always gets 10th place and her sister got 5th place both times. Now, she did get 4th once, which I really did like that she got far in that in Homecoming, but in every other season she's got 10th. So it it, it is what it is. But yeah, she was a pretty good character in that way, and also I like the fact that she's good at challenges. She's also, wow, really attractive. Not as attractive as her sister, but you know what I mean. But yeah, I'm gonna probably put her right behind Casey. 'Cause, yeah, in front of China is crazy, but she was a really good character, and I enjoyed her for what it was, what she did. I mean, she really did play her role perfectly, like what she was supposed to do. She was supposed to be that character that was like really good at a challenge beast that wasn't really that liked by the rest of the cast, and that's what she was. I mean, she was really good. She won. I think she was top 3. I think the reason why Danny said that they booted her was because she was top 3 in the rest of the she was top 3 in like the first 3 eliminations, or in every merge challenge up to her elimination. And like that's scary. Like a player that good is scary. But yeah, Jake. I think Jake is definitely his name. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Probably last. I mean, his little relationship with Stud Muffin was okay, but at the end of the day, didn't really like him that much. Like that relationship with Stud Muffin is the only thing saving him from F tier. My bad, guys. But yeah, Jay really he was a good player, good character. I would put him in B for that, but the fact that you ruined Ron's chance with ever getting with Georgia, completely puts you in C tier. Um, great player though. I also just never. I mean, his character design was cool. It was okay, but he always kind of looked a little weird to me, like a little like off, a little like you know what I mean. He just looked like a little weird. Like his design, something about his design just threw me off, and it like I always just looked at him like something about him pretty weird, but I never was able to put my finger on it. And I was never a big fan of him. And then once that thing happened with Georgia and Ron never getting back with her, yeah, that just really put him down here. Jules, another character that was kind of mid, kind of just didn't do nothing, kind of didn't do what he was supposed to. I'm gonna put him here though, because he was decent. I mean, but he kind of just followed Annika's orders, did whatever Annika told him to do, and Braden strikes back. And in his first run, he had a cool little relationship with Will, but I wasn't a big fan of Will either, so that doesn't help his case. Cassandra, a legitimate S tier host. Sorry, that wasn't a jab at either of you guys, but legitimately, Cassandra, like, and no, I'm not just putting her here because Vince liked her. Like, I just thought about that right now, that you guys might think that, but that's not why. She was a great host. Her personality was amazing. The way she handled being a host was great. Like, her commentary was always amazing in top tier. It doesn't help that it also helps that she's kind of attractive, but at the end of the day, like, I'm not gonna lie. Every character that I think is attractive, I'm going to say if they were or not. But at the end of the day, I liked her though as a character because she was really good at at the host position, and then on top of that, we got to see more and more about her character as the seasons went on, as we got to see in the first season one we got to see her relationship with Shafet. We've seen a lot of stuff about her in season one, and then eventually we seen that she had a sister. Well, we seen that in season one when Vince accidentally got into her hut, but we got to see more about what happened to her sister more, and then we got to see, and then in Homecoming we got to really dig deep into the lore of her, because we got to see Blanley come back. Blanley and Shafet kind of played against each other to try and win Cassandra's like faithfulness. Like to win Cassandra over, but like not dating kind of way. But like Shafet knew that what's her name was bad. She just didn't like Shafet. They both kind of played trying to get Cassandra to stay with them, be like kind of like a best friend jealousy kind of thing. Like they both want the same best friend. They're jealous that she's spending time with the other friend over the other, kind of that kind of thing. And I thought that was really interesting. And then we got to see more about her sister in that season as well. We got to see her whole. We got to see her. And if you also watch straight from episode 0, Starlight Savannah, we got to see Cassandra's whole story come in a full circle. We see her start the position, eventually come back. She's fulfilled everything she needed in her hosting career. She found her sister back. This, and that. She's done with her life. She's done with everything. Now, she does come back later to help with Legends and, fight Biblioth. But she was essentially... My bad, guys. But she was essentially done with her character and her career. I think that might be a reason why in Legends she wasn't as impactful, was because the fact that she was essentially done. Her whole arc came to a close. She came for a full circle. She was back at where she was back where she needed to be. She wrapped everything up and she came back. Now, she wasn't bad in Legends. She just wasn't as impactful as the other ones because, like I said, full circle. Kate, I do like this one better, so I'm going to keep it. I'm going to put her here, B tier. She was a really good character in Comeback Cruise. She made it really far, I believe. She made it merge for sure. I think like top 8, if I'm not mistaken, probably. I could be wrong, though. But I think she definitely made top 8, though. No, I think she even made top 6, right? I don't know why I'm asking you guys. Like, you guys can actually respond to me. But, yeah, she was a really good character. She got really far. She had a good physical game. She had a good kind of social game. I kind of like the fact that she always kept calling Aubrey hot. I like that. That was pretty funny. I also liked her a little friendship with Aubrey as well. I thought that was pretty cool. I thought she was a pretty good character. And then in Brayden Strikes Back, like I said, she was just a little boring to me. Like they could have taken her farther. Like really, I feel like she could have even been in the debate to winning the season. But for her to go before merge is pretty sad. Because we didn't get to see her full potential. And I think that's the main reason why I don't like her as much, is because they misused her full potential. And what I seen of her, I know she could have showed us more. And the exact reason I don't really like her in Brayden Strikes Back is kind of why I disliked how the writers did with Axel's character in the reboot season 2. Because they kind of made her entire thing for being on the show, her relationship with Ripper, just like from what I remember, her entire reason, her entire being for being on the Brayden Strikes Back, everything that she was doing was to be with Belinda, to be cool with her, be friends with her, and everything like that. And I just didn't rock with that. I didn't like that. I didn't fuck with that because there was so much more to Kate's character that we could have seen, and she was being held back by Belinda. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I never really liked that, so I'm going to put her here. Now, Axel's still my favorite character, though, don't get me wrong. Just don't like how they handled that. Kevin? Is that your name? Matthew? Kevin? Okay, whatever his dude's name is, I always wanted him to call him the other. I think his name is Matthew, but I always thought he always looked like a Kevin to me. But his name might be Kevin, and he always looked like a Matthew. But I think his name is Matthew. It's one of the two. But I always called him the other name because he just looked like a Kevin. Like, come on. Like, you can't tell me this guy don't look like a Kevin. Like, this bro's name. Like, you look at this guy, and his name is Kevin for sure, and then it's Matthew. or Matt or whatever his name is. Like, or it might be the other way around. But whatever his name is does not look like his name. Now it kind of fit to his name now. That's why it's kind of a blur for me. But yeah, I think he looks like a Kevin to me. Never really liked you, bro. I'm not gonna lie. I never really liked Brody. He was pretty boring. Like, and then he liked Belinda at first, in Camp Braden. He was cool, but thinking back on it, he didn't not leave no impact on the game for me. I don't know how the most voted scene, the favorite voted scene from that series was him proposing to, or not, or trying to get on him, like professing his love to confessing his love to Belinda. That was all right. Don't know how that was the best moment though. I would have picked like Victor's elimination where they caught him cheating or something like that. But it is what it is. Uh, but yeah, I feel like he's really overhyped. Like I know he for sure. I know I said about Belinda, but I know for sure he has a lot of fans, and I don't know how. Don't know why. People like him. Even Jake too. I know Jake got a lot of fans too. But like, why people like these two characters as much as they do? I have no clue. Like you have diehard fans that like diehard fans of these two who just like yo, it's never that serious. These guys are not on any of the rest of these guys' level, but they're all right. They're mid, but enough said. Enough said. Lanovan, really good character. I'm gonna put Do I put him in front of Cosmo? Do I put him in front of Cosmo? You know what, I will, because his relationship with Fran was kind of interesting. Okay, actually, you know what? Fran can move up a couple notches, because her relationship with Landovan was kind of cool. That was the one thing I did like out of her character. Her run in yeah, I turned this into a both of them tier list right now. I'm talking about both of them. Her run in Starlight Savannah wasn't really that good. Her run in Comeback Cruise, I'm not gonna lie, I can't remember one thing she did. I almost forgot she was in that season until just now. But yeah, she was pretty mid at the end of the day though. Landovan was slightly better because he was in that little trio in season one, and I really like that. Also, like his song that they made, you know, when I got there, I had no clue. Like, you know, I like that song that they made for him, from him. It was supposed to be his song or whatever. I like that song, and all those things make him farther than her for me. And then also the fact that, you know, he was really involved in that first season with those two, with Casey and Danny as the little trio, and you know they were thinking real strategy. He's I feel like he's a better player than Fran. Now, of course, Fran got farther, but I feel like he's a better player than Fran just because he thinks more about the game, I guess. I don't really remember Fran's third time playing, or comeback cruise, so I can't tell you for sure if she was thinking about strategy or not. But I just don't remember her being too much. Dude, I don't remember her doing too much strategy. Like, she basically quit season one. I mean, of course, she quote unquote had too much pride to quit, but you basically quit. You just told everyone to vote you off. Like, you basically quit, gang. And for that, like, I just think that Lenovan got to be better. And then when you think about everything that Lenovan has done, it just got him farther than, I mean, it got him farther than either the rest of these guys or just made him more interesting than these guys. You know what I mean? Liana. I do like this version of Liana better, and Liana gets A tier for sure. I'm going to put her probably right behind Jackie because she was a really interesting character. I liked her whole clumsy thing. I like the fact that she was with Angela for the first part of the season, until she got eliminated. And I like that she was kind of being used as like a pawn, kind of like Lindsay, but you know, she's smarter than Lindsay. So she was kind of like how Lindsay was, but you know, actually with a brain. And then I like that she came back she came back again in Comeback Cruise. Did she come back? Yeah, she came back in Comeback Cruise. I'm telling you, the whole reason that they brought her back was so she can get with Brendan, which I was pissed about because I still wanted her to get with Vince. Like maybe like I thought maybe Brendan was gonna hype Vince up, and she's gonna be like, oh, he really did all that. He got eliminated from me back in Homecoming Cruise or Homecoming. like Tottenham Homecoming, and maybe they would have got together afterwards, but they didn't. I know I'm bringing a lot of things back to Vince, but uh, like I said, I was going to do that, so I put him right in S. But I just don't think she was entertaining as these three at the end of the day. But I do like her though a lot, and I do like that she won a season. Like I do think she was really worthy of winning Braden Strikes Back. So I put her here in A tier, right in front of China. Madeline, not gonna fake. She pissed me off so much in season Braden Strikes Back, and here's why. I think she was always the one who was always against Eric, and she was like at a certain point she just got annoying with that shit. Like, bro, like just pipe the fuck down. Like at a certain point, you just gotta know when you're just doing too much, and she was doing too damn much. Like she knew what she was doing. She knew she was being overly annoying as fuck. And so like I just gotta put her in F tier. Like she's not as bad as these guys, but well, it's debatable. I feel like all three of these characters just absolutely suck. But yeah, I just did not rock with her at all. Now in her first season, she was pretty cool. She was decent. She was a decent character. I probably even in her first season, I probably would have still just in her first season, I probably would have still just probably put her like right here somewhere. But that's because she was like her entire thing for that first season was her whole uh, stomach problem or whatever. Megan, S tier character, second best character in the franchise for me. Because she was just really interesting. She in season one, she literally had to fight her way to the finale. Like everyone hated her. Now, rightfully so, she made them hate her. What she did, she made herself the target by being an asshole. But she it was an uphill climb. She fought her way to the finale. You get Tiki Idols, winning immunities, that, working with the right people. She did what she had to do. She fought in season one, and that made my opinion of her so high that anything wrong she did after that would not bring her down enough for her not to be second. But she still kept doing well. Like in season two, she did pretty good, I believe. Uh, her and Danny started, getting their little connection. I don't think they started dating or anything, but they started, like, getting their little connection. Season three, her and Danny continued their little thing, and she got way farther in that season, like seventh or something, like something like that. And then she went, and she was the only character in the franchise to make two finales and actually technically kind of win, even though it should have been Vince versus uh Jay should have actually got booted third. Okay, here's my take. Jay should have got third. Megan and Vince should have split the money like how Jay and Megan did. Because Vince, bro, I mean, I know Vince got YouTube Player of the Year or YouTube Character of the Season, so like he got $25,000. But like, bro, it's like Vince was the only one keeping these two from ripping each other the fuck apart. Why can't you just have this guy go first, especially when he's ass? Like, he's not the worst character. I'm kind of glazing right now, but he's like it should have been Vince and Megan. I'm not gonna hold you. I'm not gonna hold. But anyway, back to Megan. Megan also in her other seasons were really good, and I just love her personality. I love the way she plays the game. I love her cutthroat attitude. I love her lone wolf personality. And at the end of the day, I just I just love her in general as a character. Not as much as Vince, but really I do love her a lot. Uh, Michelle, Michelle. You were kind of ass. You were kind of ass. Uh, you were kind of annoying as no, you were annoying as fuck. I won't lie. I'm gonna put you here. Like annoying as hell. Like I can't name to you many times I actually enjoyed her fucking character. Now I do think she should have got fourth in season one. I don't know if she actually did get fourth in season one or in Braden Strikes Back or Camp Braden. That's their first season or her first season. I do think she should have got fourth just because fourth just seems like a placement that she should get. Like Vince, like fourth is just written all over him. Like he just seems like he has that fourth place vibe. You know what I'm saying? Like in season one, I feel like he should have got fourth place. Like I'm like that's no glaze. Like kind of want him to get farther than eighth or whatever. But I just feel like he had fourth place written all over him. I feel like a way better final four could have been instead of Greg making that far, may have Vince go that far. and it could have been Greg who got booted back with Brendan, and Vince going on without his bro squad would have happened before All Stars or Legends, sorry, and it would have been really cool. But anyway, back to who were we talking about? Oh yeah, Michelle, ass. Octavio, he's alright. I mean, he's alright. I'm not gonna put him that high. I'm gonna put Brendan over him. But yeah, I mean, he was okay. You know what I mean? Like, he was cool. Not too exciting though. Like, he was all right. How many people do we have in S tier now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 2 more spots possibly, and maybe Greg might be getting promoted. Porter never really rocked with him. He was cool. He was all right. He was better than these guys, but not quite better than Jay, I guess. Just because, I mean, even though I don't really like Jay because of the things he's done, the things he's ruined, like Vince being in the final 2, and Ron getting back with Georgia, he is a really good player. So I'm not gonna put him under any of these guys because none of these guys played the game better than him. Like, let's be real. Really, Jules didn't play the game better than him either. Neither did Annika, or I would even say he's probably the third best overall player. Like, maybe possibly put Megan above him, but third or fourth for sure. Like, he's top 5 best players, like, just from skill and strategies and, like, how he goes about the game. But yeah. Who did I just put? Porter here? Yeah, put Porter. Raven, that's my girl. Raven, that's my girl. Definitely A tier. She was amazing. She was awesome. She was robbed out of that final challenge. Like, bro, I don't know what they were thinking about making Will win? You made Will win? This they're gonna make me kill somebody with these with this eliminations order. But not. I mean, Will was alright. But anyway, back to Raven. Raven was a really good character. I liked her vibe. I liked her personality. I liked her dark demeanor. I liked her the way she played the game. I liked the fact that she got far by making the right connections. She made the right alliances. I feel like she was handled really well. Just that finale just fucking blew me. Like, moving on. Ron is going to get A tier. I know a lot of you are going to spaz out, but I don't give a fuck. Ron was great. Ron should have ended with Georgia. Ron liked to get high, but he just want to get high. He want to get high. He want to get high. But for real though, Ron, I liked his personality. Like, I really did like his character in season 1, and I actually didn't like Georgia as much at first because she got Ron booted, and I really liked Ron in season 1 because he seemed kind of like a super fan, but like a super fan that likes to get high, so he makes bad decisions sometimes. So, like, that's what my original take on him was. Now, of course, that's probably wrong, but because he, like, as you see later in later seasons, he doesn't really care about the game all too much, but he was a really good character in season 1 for me, and I did not like Georgia because she got him booted. And in his second 2 seasons that he played in, I liked his season. I liked him back in action. I didn't really like him as much in Comeback Cruise, but I liked him in Legends. He was pretty cool there. So really, like, there's not really much bad Ron moments for me. Like, Comeback Cruise is what ruined him. The only thing I don't like is that he kissed fucking Wendell. I mean, if you're gonna make him kiss Wendell, at least make Wendell like give him some. Like, at least let them start dating or something. Like, I understand then he wouldn't have been able to be in Legends because his whole thing was trying to get back. But like, I know that it was kind of hinted that he got with Wendell. I think at the end of Legends when they said that Wendell got on a dating site and got Ron as her first match. I think that was hinting that means that they're dating. I guess I like that. I like that for them, and I think I like the way that they went about that. It's just him and Georgia were just so right together. They were so right together, and I mean, Wendell is a cool substitution. Like, I guess she can come off the bench and get some play time, but it was just, I feel like him and Georgia were just, they were so good together. And I think the main part is that I see Georgia with this bum. Like, anyway, but yeah, Ron, really great character, A tier for sure. Steven, my boy, going to give you a B tier. He was decent. He was a solid character. I liked the fact that he was always talking to Xavier about this or that. He was kind of like talking game. He got eliminated early because they thought my boy wasn't good enough. They said, Steven, you know what? Get on out of here. You're not that guy, pal. You're not good. And he was like, oh, for real? Word? Bet. Came back, won the comeback challenge, came back to the game, and said, this is comeback cruise for a reason. I'm back. And made the finale. Now, he didn't win, as far as I'm remembering, but he made it pretty far. And I'm not going to lie. I respect my guy for that. Now, I do wish it was Xavier there instead of him, but I respect my guy for making it that far and being able to do all that while in a wheelchair, mind you. Like, this dude is doing this from a wheelchair. Like, let's be so for real. This guy is really goated. Like, if we're talking about like who persevered the most, this guy would be number one. But not quite there yet. But yeah, overall, pretty good character. Victor, my boy, right here next to your goat. I mean, right next to my goat. No, I'm trolling. Victor would really probably get canonically like here actually. And you probably thought Victor was going to be higher because he was Vince's brother, but nah, I don't actually glaze him like that because he was cool. The fact that he was Vince's brother already made me like him, but he wasn't as good as Vince for me. And he was cool. But I liked him in his first season though. He was definitely my favorite character from that season. Well, second favorite character from that season. And I mean in that season, like within that season. Like of course, Derek is here, but Derek became better than him in his second season. But then he also fell off in Legends, so it balances out. But Victor was a pretty good character. I like the whole thing of him cheating. His personality was like kind of a cooler Vince. I won't lie. He does seem like he did seem like a cooler Vince kind of. Like he gets more ladies, he gets more play. Like he's more popular, better, easily better with the ladies. But I still just didn't like him as much as Vince. I could not like him. Just for me, there's no one that can do. There's no one who can be better than Vince. Vince is just too good. He's too good. But yeah, pretty good, really good. Stud Muffin. I'm gonna put you here. You know what? No. I'm gonna put Aubrey in front of you. My bad. I'm gonna put Aubrey in front of you. Stud Muffin was a really good character, though. I do like the fact that him and Jake had a little friendship that really made save Jake from F tier. But yeah, Stud Muffin was also just a really good player, really good thing. A really good player overall. I feel like he should have made it farther in Homecoming. I think when he made sixth place, he got tied for sixth, like sixth and fifth. He got booted. I think he probably should have made like fourth. I think Octavio definitely made it way too far. Because what did Octavio made what, third place? He got third place, right? Like, come on. It's freaking Octavio. It's fucking Octavio. Like, I know a lot of people like Octavio. A lot of you Octavio fans out there. But Octavio was so fucking boring and so mid. Like, the fact that he made third, the top four, like, people, like, that actually blew the fuck out of me. Like, I can't, like, thinking back on it now, I don't know how that nigga did it. And low-key, now I just got pissed all over again because Stop Muffin didn't Octavio. I get that they were trying to go for redemption for him, but like Octavio, be so for real. But I digress. Stub Muffin back to Stub Muffin anyway, but he was a really good character though. I feel like he should have gotten fourth place. I actually feel like he should have got fourth. Angela got like third, and Jackie gets second, and Greg still gets first. I feel like that's how it should have went. But I do like Angela being second though, and if I have to go another route, I'm glad Angela got second. But I feel like Stud Muffin should have still been top four. I think in my way I got rid of him earlier, but like as I thought about it more and more. I was like, Stephen really just did too much to get fifth or sixth. But in the end, I guess I can understand because he didn't really have that many connections after Jake. But I still think he was robbed. Anyway, on to the next player because now the tier list is a little too big. Violet, like we can easily put her in the C tier. You probably thought she was gonna be an F tier, but she's not that bad. Like actually thinking back on it, her season one playthrough, like okay, not even her first play. Her first play, if we're going off her first time, like before she came back, she would have been here. But when she came back, she was cool with Vince, and I'm not gonna lie, that is kind of carrying. The fact that she was like Vince's like side chick, like like the whole kind of like Vince's pawn to eliminate as he seen fit, and he did. But I liked her personality. Like she wasn't as gabby. Like she didn't gab all the time. So I'm gonna put her in front of Octavia. I know you probably never thought I'd done that. Wendell. I'm not gonna lie. I hated everything about her. A lot of the time, like a lot of people actually hate Wendell though, and that's where I feel like that's where you got to go wrong. Because the reason why I hate everything about her was because they kind of pushed, like the writing pushed the agenda a little too hard of what she was. I mean, in season one it was perfectly written, but in season two she kind of like it seemed a little too much. No, not season two. In Comeback Cruise, she seemed way too much. But in in Homecoming season three, she was all right. She was cool, but I just didn't really rock with her too much. But in hindsight, I mean, yeah, she's really attractive, but in hindsight, she just wasn't really that good for me. So I'm gonna have to put her in B tier. I know that's really good, actually. Like I'm talking about her like she's bad, and I'm saying like all this, but like in the end, I would probably put her like in front of Landavin because she was a decently good character, and I feel like they could have done more with her, like give her an arc where she actually wants to be a little rougher and try to like. I mean, I get they kind of did that with the whole cussing out Ron thing, but that was the wrong way to do it. Like, why would you do it with Ron? Do it with Casey. Like, like come on now. She could have been mean to anyone else, but she was mean to Ron. Be so for real. But yeah, I still liked her in the end though. I feel like they could have made her a good player though. Made her actually play the game strategically, get people booted, maybe like not be a villain or anything. She's not. She's too nice to be a villain, but she could have been like a really good strategist, like a Danny. Uh, Even though Danny was kind of the villain of season Legends. I'm gonna go ahead and put you like here because you won a season. I'm going to put you here. Because you won a season, I'm gonna put you over Betty, Bonnie, uh, Jake, Kevin. I'm calling him Kevin. I don't care, and Michelle. I'm gonna put you over them just because you won, but I feel like you got that you robbed that win like you robbed that win like you should be charged with theft for what you did because you robbed Raven. But I digress. He was all right. I just feel like he was really overrated. I feel about him like how I do feel about Cameron. He was smart, yeah, but he got a win when he really shouldn't have gotten the win. Like I don't think Cameron should have gotten his win in his, Revenge of the Island either. But I just feel like he was. I feel like smart characters like that, like nerdy characters, really should not get the win because they don't. They didn't really. They got kind of carried through their seasons. I mean, yeah, they did some things for themselves here and there, but like they kind of just like got carried through their seasons. You know what I mean? Like or got carried most of the time. Like he relied on heavily on Raven and Jay, from what I remember. Cameron relied heavily on Mike and Zoe, from what I remember. So it's just I feel like that's what they were going for though with these three to be like the next Zoe, Mike, and Cameron, which I feel like they kind of succeeded there though. Like they gave off the same vibe. Like I'm getting the same vibe from each of these guys because I like Zoe way more than I like the other two. I like Mike a little more than I like Cameron, and I like Jay a little more than I like Will. The only difference here is Zoe is in my top 10 favorite characters, while Raven is not. But I digress. Yeah, but either way, he was cool. He was mid. C's the most he's gonna get from me. And this, like, he couldn't go farther than any of the, and he couldn't get higher than any of these characters for me. Winona, just kind of, you were just kind of there. I'm not gonna put you over Will, only for the fact that Will won a season. And I'm not gonna put you over Betty because I like Betty more, I guess. I just can't really tell you much about Winona except she was crazy. Like, I can't tell you one crazy thing she did, but I can tell you she's crazy. Like, it's just she was weird that way. But yeah, she's not gonna get really that. She's not gonna get that high for me. Xavier, my boy, my boy, my boy, my boy, is gonna go ahead and get this fourth place spot, and that's because Xavier was just such a great player. Like, now thinking back on it, Jay is fifth because fourth or fifth, not third. Can't possibly be third. Because here's how I'd rank the best players in Total Drama Next Generation: Danny, Caroline, Xavier, then either Megan or Jay. But I don't know who I would go with first because no, I gotta go with Megan first because she made it 2 finales. No one ever did that. No other player has done that. So I'm gonna go with Megan. Even though Jay made third, I believe, and then I believe he got third and then won. That's still not better than 2 finales. Like, come on, it's 2 finales. So I'm going to go ahead and say Megan is better than him overall player. So he's 5th best player in Total Next Generation, which isn't really that good in hindsight, but it's actually good. Like, he's better than a hell of these other guys. Annika again, don't really gotta. Oh, you know what? I actually like this version of Annika better. Let's go ahead and change that out. I like the Steven better. No, I don't. I'm gonna keep it the same. Everyone else is gonna stay the same for the most part. Oh, and that's everyone. So that was the entire tier list. Because, yeah, I did Belinda, did Bonnie, did Derek, did Jules, did Kate, did Kevin, did Liana. Yeah, these are all their... Okay, so with that, let's see, how many people did we get into the tier list? S tier, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and yep, that means Greg will get the promotion. Greg will get the promotion. Go ahead, take your spot as 10th. Greg, congratulations, you get 10th place. But yeah, that was the tier list. I told you guys I was gonna get it done. I told you guys I was gonna deliver. I did. I did it, guys. I'm going to go ahead and finish this. Finish this up here. This video ran way longer than I really wanted it to. I wanted it to be around 30 minutes, but I knew that was gonna happen. The cast was too big. That's the only reason why I split up the other the Total Drama 1 into 3 at first, because I was also didn't have a computer to use at the time, but now I have a computer so I can make longer videos. But yeah, and yeah, that's about it. All I got to say. Congratulations to my top 10. Vince 1, Megan 2, Caroline 3, Xavier 4, Derek 5, Danny 6, Eric 7, Georgia 8, Cassandra 9, and Greg 10. Honorable mentions would be Casey, Jackie, and Victor. Cove, hat off to you for making such an amazing series. Great characters. This is like, I'm not gonna lie, for you though, like the writing, even though there's characters I didn't like these guys and some of these guys, like, you did great. You did amazing. If you do end up watching this video, I really do appreciate you for what you did, for the series you created. You created something that I can actually say, and it's a hot take. It's a hot take, and I know Cove will probably be really happy to hear this, but I think this is actually better than Total Drama. I know, like, shots fired, but yeah. I mean, I want to say nothing is better than the original, but you gotta sit back and just analyze for a moment that this show is great. It's amazing. It's amazing. The writing was just on another level. Like, for Cove to not, like, be a writer, like, professionally or whatever, like, he did an amazing job with this. Like, if they made a 3rd season of Total Drama right now and got Cove on it to write it, You do. I think that would probably be the best total drama season ever. Like even better than the original. I know that's like a stretch, but yeah, I think Cove's writing is just on another level. Like if you're listening to this, bro, keep at it. Like Reality Resort, you're doing amazing with that as well too. Like hat off to you, seriously. Thank you for providing this amazing show with all these great characters that we see here now. Um, but yeah, with that, that's the end of the video, guys. Uh, I am gonna, do that $1 million game one soon. Next, that's up next. I'm telling you guys, I'm providing all my promises. So I'm gonna also go back and rewatch all of my live streams because I know I made hella promises in those two that I never got to. So I'm going to get to those ones. Gonna get to those ones at some point. And when I say at some point, I actually mean like at some point soon. Like I'm probably gonna do this the $1 million game one tomorrow or the day after, but it's not gonna come out till way later. So even if it does, even if I do end up doing it tomorrow, you're not gonna get it tomorrow or anytime after that. You're probably gonna get this a week later because I haven't I need to put time between my videos so you guys can run the likes up on this one, run the views up on this one, and then you guys can do that for that one. Then I can finish the Total Drama one, then Disventure Camp, so that way you guys can run my views and likes up, you know. But I also got to get into edit this video, because this video is long as hell, so I got to edit this video. But yeah, that's it for the video. I'm not gonna keep rambling on because that's what I'm doing at this point. So thank you all for watching. If you guys enjoyed, oh wow, what is on my screen? If you guys enjoyed, go ahead and click that like button. Take a look at some of the other videos I have on here. I do have tier lists of some others of other shows on here. I also would like you guys to look forward to what I got going on next. And yeah, go ahead and have a great day.